'Tis the season to be jolly and joyous.
Hello, and welcome to Tiny Table Crafts with Felix. Today at our tiny table, I have some sweet tea, and we will be doing melting crayons. This is a classic craft. I think the intention is just to do something with your broken crayon pieces. I have always wanted to do this craft. I have never needed to because I don't have little baby Hulk hands that break crayons. What we've been doing with our baby is anytime I see crayons at a thrift store, I have bought them. Not anytime. There were like 3 times, and then I was like, whoa, actually this is a lot of crayons. So these are all of the ones that are still fine, and I don't think I'm gonna break any of them any further unless I have comically few ones for my silicone mold. These are the pieces. I have taken all of their stuff off of them, their paper, and broken them up a little bit further so that they melt easier. It's really only going to be like a couple, so maybe I will break a few more. Yeah, you give a baby something that is kind of fragile-ish, and they break it, and it's not their fault. So yes, this is a silicone mold that I've been using for bouillon, freezer veggie bouillon. It isn't a horrible mold, but I do feel weird using it because it has this like residual sparkles from something at some point. And I'm just taking one for the team and deciding that this will be a craft/play silicone piece of something. I mean, I was never gonna throw it away, but I know that once we put wax in it, it's gonna make it yucky, and I would rather use something that we already have than go to a thrift store and buy a different mold. Also, I think these will be a good like holding for the small baby hand scribbling with. Also, I don't know if you guys ever played with crayons that were like weird different shapes as a young person. I really liked them for doing like rubbings of different things. So you can put like a leaf down and put the paper on top of it, and then you have like a wider. So I do think that they'll still be usable, but obviously as an adult, they're not something that I'm using a lot, so I've never had the opportunity to do this craft. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna try to also kind of organize them by color, because that was the other thing that always pissed me off as a kid, is they would have these and it would be like red and blue and green, like all in the same crayon. And I'd be like, I'm trying to color leaves right now. Why don't we have green and light green and dark green? You know what I mean? So anyway, this is gonna be cute. I'm excited. I've preheated my oven to 300 degrees. I've broken up my crayon pieces. I have my silicone mold and a little like baking sheet underneath it so that it will stay solid, and I am excited to see how these turn out. I think it's gonna be fun. Now, a time lapse of me putting the colors in and organizing them. Enjoy. This is what we have. The internet said to do this at 300 degrees for like 20 minutes, but they also said the melting point of crayons is like 200 degrees. So I don't really know about that, but we'll see. Melt, melt, melt. I'm just gonna set a timer for 10 minutes and look at it. It's 1,000 years later. Welcome to crayon unboxing. Crayons reveal. Blue. Ooh. It's like white sheen thing that it gets on the top. That's gotta be, I don't know what it is. The crayon fat? The fat of the crayon? Ooh. Yeah, what is this? You see it? Crayon fat. Got like purple, pinky, red. Oh, no, with a lot of red. Orangey, yellowy. Yeah, it's like sparkly. What is this? What is this? Wow, these feel unhinged. Ah! This one's dope. Goth. Woo. Woo. Okay, here. We'll do the ASMR. That was satisfying. This with the brown and the magenta-y and the sort of like goldy orange. I was going for like a fall, autumnal. crinkly. Green. This one's my favorite, I think. Look at the crayon fat. I wonder if it's because these are all different, like, brands of crayon. Some of these are Crayola, some are, like, Rose Art, some are... I don't remember what the other cheap one is. Anyway, cute. Very excited for my baby to use these. They're really fun. This one I pulled out a little too early, but this one's actually really pretty on the back. Ocean. Ooh. Yeah, I think this will be much easier for him to, like, hold and, like, scribble. Yay!
And we just found out that the summer that Kristen was like accusing Ariana of cheating with Tom was the summer that Ariana's dad died.
Yeah.
And like within days of each other. Lala and her man are broken up still.
Her man.
Her man.
Her man.
Don't talk about my man.
Oh, and Raquel and James had a puppy shower and nobody went.
Remember, like, a pitch, and I was like, these
I
people...
thought the puppy shower was kind of funny.
I thought it was kind of funny.
No,
I
Mark
thought it was
like,
stupid at first, but I gotta be honest, the more they said it, the more I was like... I think my problem with it is that they were taking it too seriously.
Yeah.
So instead of every time Raquel explained it, she didn't giggle, she said it so straight-faced. And I was
Yeah,
like...
she did keep being like, we just really want to celebrate Harvard. What's his name?
Graham.
Graham. That's close.
It's not.
Okay.
One's a cracker.
You're right. You're scaring me.
I understand.
They're using Shasta tonic water and Shasta everything behind this bar.
Oh, really?
You can see it from it.
Oh, cute. Well, that's fun.
I guess they are helping you. Oh, that's right, they're back together. So I lied when I said they're broken up. Oh, I like the view.
You're welcome to. If you need to pause it, go right ahead.
I don't like this blanket you've given Hanny. It's not very welcoming.
Oh.
It's cool and hard. When you go on YouTube, memes are like when you're at a sleepover, you don't have a blanket.
You have to take a picture.
Why'd you get your eyes so big?
You have Lydia's eyes in this picture.
I also look like a rat, so.
My rat friend. Okay, green cardboard base is done. I feel like this is perfect. I'm not doing 2 coats on this. You could not pay me. We were looking for functional and greenish, and I still had the paint from these, and it took very little time to do this. So I'm calling that perfect. I do have some cardboard to like keep this up in the back. I might do some more like reinforcing. The thing that it is taped to is like a wooden bench so that if the baby like shoves up against it, it like doesn't really budge. Because obviously if he was just gonna like tumble into it and crush it, then it's like kind of what's the point of what we're doing here? I think this is fine. It's not beautiful, it is functional. That was what I thought was gonna happen. These are the things that are going on it. We've got these guys. I'm gonna cover them in tape so they look more like stems. Spinny flowers. The last 2. Okay, and then there's 8 of these guys, which I'll show you. These are the lids from the wipe thingies. An orange. This is the only push one. Sun. Flower. Tree. This one's my favorite. Fish. Teddy bear. This one's also pretty good. Stoplight, traffic light kind of vibe. And monster. I'm gonna take these, I'm gonna hot glue them. And I think similarly with the flowers, but I might put holes in this for those. is the first toddler stress test of this. I know he's gonna only want those. Yeah, aren't they pretty? You couldn't get those on there this time, huh? You see these? Yeah. Pretty cool. Good job, close. Can you open?
You gotta push hard.
He's like, I gotta sit down my flower here. Yeah, you see the bear on that one? Can you open them? He's like, no, these flowers are really cool. Hey, fish. You see the fish?
Well, closed.
Yeah. Ah. Yeah. Can we set that back down? Thank you. Yeah. Oh. All right, hold on. Okay, as you may have noticed earlier, these have not been incorporated. I tried to hot glue them and they just immediately popped off, which I should have known. I should have assumed. So I think what I'm gonna do now is set this up. God, that's a horrible noise. Like a planter with some holes in it for the flowers to go in. See what that does. And I haven't decided, I think at the base of this would make the most sense, but I also need to sort of reinforce the situation we have back here because obviously the baby yanked on it really good, which again makes sense. It's not that I thought it was going to be incredibly structurally sound. It's that I'm just trying, this is an imperfect solution to a timeless problem. The timeless problem being baby wants to touch the DVD player. Should have got better footage of this before I put it back on spot, but there is cut in half lengthwise and then in half again, so it's like quarters. So they look like this. Strands. So we have one here and here, and then here and here, and on the corners is the other one. This but long. So there's hot glue, touch cardboard, hot glue, touch cardboard. So it's like this. It does feel much sturdier. The first thing the baby tried to do was pull this up, and now that's like really not possible. Something I didn't think about was the fact that the high temperature hot glue gun melts the pool noodle. But I think it just made it stick harder. So I'm personally comfortable with that, and that's where I'm at. I am now trying to find the other flower because we had 5 and there's not 5 now. There's only 4. So okay, this situation I think is actually finished, as long as there's not controllers or other things on the back that he's gonna want to try to grab. I think it works pretty good. He did yoink this one off, and I hot glued it back. I think that's just like maybe gonna happen and I'll just re-hot glue them. I don't know. Maybe this, I mean, I obviously don't plan for this to be like a forever vibe. And if we find something at a thrift store that's like a good size, weird table to block and go in the way of this, or like a door or something like that, then we will reassess. But I think this is working pretty good right now. This he was incredibly stoked to play with, and like immediately this happened. So I am going to cover the top in brown felt, which is honestly going to be way cuter anyway. And then make the base of it cardboard, and I think maybe use my extra pool noodles as like an edge situation for it. This obviously now is not a part of this project, even though it was originally. And I think this is basically going to be a this will be like a first try blueprint test of something that'll end up being a bigger like gardening situation. Because I think this is really cute, and I've been trying to figure out what to do with these bottles, and I like that it spins, and yes. So anyway, this whole thing's gonna be kind of ugly, but I think he will have a great time playing with it regardless, so it doesn't super matter. And it's all like repurposed, upcycled stuff, which is great. So okay, here's what we're doing. We have this. I'm cutting a little like swirly-ish edge, so there's not just like straight line, whatever thingy is on it. And then I'm gonna put glue underneath this, then I'm gonna glue it down. I'll probably cut this edge off first, and then just like pressing on it really good. We're just using regular Elmer's glue so that we do not melt our styrofoam. Yeah, glue. And then we're gonna layer it. I can't do this. Okay, there we go. We layer it. And then I'm gonna cut this and cut this. Okay, yay. And then because this is felt on top of felt, I'm gonna hot glue that down, and also a little bit around the edges here, because this, it won't melt the tape. I'm just gonna do this all the way down. You won't be able to see the white of the glue coming through once it is dry. Okay, we've taped around the edge. We've glued down and then also hot glued the edges and around here of the felt. My plan is to, because obviously this looks kind of goofy, cut out some other shapes and make it look more like dirt, maybe some other colors as well. Haven't decided yet. And then I had this piece of, it's like not quite, it's not wood or cardboard. I think it's like particle board technically, but I cut it with my fancy rotary cutter thing to be this size. And then I'm going to put, I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided, cardboard around the edge of this or a pool noodle. I'm afraid I'll try to eat pool noodle. Okay, here's what we've got for our setup. We've ended up with an imperfect openy-closey wipe thing. The circle ones just keep popping off. I don't know why. It's gotta be something about like the way that it's shaped and the way that he gets like leverage to pull it off, like to open it up. So I tried E6000 instead of hot glue, because hot glue kind of like sticks to itself and then creates a flat surface and then can just pop off of things. So we'll see if the E6000 works. If not, I'll just remake these two circle ones in like this shape, because I have a lot of extras of those. And then we have our spinny garden situation, which is not beautiful, but it is fine. Yeah, I also think that this can be repurposed to be like vegetables. I think I could make the bottom part of the pill bottle look like roots if I was gonna like paint it and make it look actually cute, and then the top part still spin and be like cabbage, or like, or maybe like this bottom part could be like a carrot shape, and like this could be, anyway. So I think that it's something that we may continue to use over time, which will be cool. Again, it's not beautiful, but it is fun and spinny, and these come right off if you pop it in here. So you can either like put the lid back on or open it up, and he can stick things inside of the pill bottles. I don't think he'll be able to open the pill bottles by himself. Also, again, he's not allowed to play with pill bottles. These are just for this purpose. So yeah, this was a fairly quick and easy upcycle. I don't know how well it's gonna stand up. Obviously the foam part is sort of the least secure of all of it. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe with the underneath part and then the hot gluing, I put tape on the outside of this and then hot glued it, because otherwise it would have just melted the styrofoam. And as you can see, we have now found the one that was missing, which was this, and we are now missing the yellow petal red center one, which I think might be upstairs, but I have no idea. And then this, since replacing these and figuring it out and not putting anything back here, which needs to be dusted so badly. Don't look at that. He has not tried to like reach underneath it and yank it out. And also like he pulled on it kind of like a little bit from the side and wasn't able to get it. So that is good. So yeah, yay, upcycle craft times. What's the verdict? Is it toddler proof? Is anything really, I guess. Orange. Can you close it? Thank you. Is that one your favorite? Orange. Yeah. What do you think, little baby bug? You gotta feel how hefty this is, Mommy. It's kind of insane.
Oh, good. And the flowers are glued in, or no? They're just shoved in?
No, they're just shoved in so he can yank
nice,
them out.
Good.
There's no pills. Orange. Can you close it? I E6000 those. I didn't actually think it was gonna... orange. Oh, open? That was so fun. To recap, if I was going to do all of these projects again, I would, one, let the crayons rest for so much longer than you think, because that blue one I pulled out and it was like not quite 100% set and it got a little bit weird. And then for the DVD player blocker, I would put, I think, cardboard on the back of the weird flippy guys, because now if they are like ripped off with the hot glue and the E6000, they are gonna like rip the construction paper thing that I made inside of them as well, which is like fine. Like, it's not a big deal. I can just remake those, and I figure eventually I'll be repurposing those anyway, so it's like, it's okay. But if I was gonna do it again, cardboard or something more sturdy on the back to sort of like protect the construction paper. And then for the really wild pill bottles in styrofoam thing, I'd probably just not paint the styrofoam and just go straight to felt on top of it. Or if you have some other kind of fabric that you're not using that's like brownish, really anything that you can that you could glue and then hot glue down a little bit would be great. I think that the cardboard works fine. It does seem to be like way sturdier than I thought it was going to be, which is great. The baby stood on it a couple of times and it hasn't cracked. I think that's mostly to do with the particle board thing underneath. I think if it was cardboard as the base, it would not be quite as good. But if you were going to do something similar and have it be on like a smaller scale, then I think that it would be fine. Of all of these projects, none of them were expensive, and all of them I used primarily stuff that I already had in my house. If you have any questions or want to know how I did something specifically, or if you like seeing this kind of content where I kind of just be a little cuckoo bananas person who's making stuff out of trash, let me know. Let me know how you feel about the trash. Yeah, I did not, I like, the baby loves something that spins. I don't know why I didn't expect the flowers to be like such a hit, but I think that those are easily his favorite out of the things that I made for this project. And obviously that was initially going to be like part of the entertainment center blocker, and it just became something else. And I feel like sometimes that's what happens when you're making toys for your children out of trash. So what are you going to do? You know, what are you going to do? On the 12th day of Vlogmas, Felix gave to you 12 drummers drumming. No, just kidding. It was not 12 drummers. It was upcycled crafts. Okay, thanks for being here. Enjoy the bloopers. I'm so tired. God, my crackling bones. It is 1,000 years later. Oh God, lighting is so bad. Maybe it'll be good. Girl. Okay.
It's like, yeah, it's your regular filming?
Yeah.
That's gonna be so fun. Put that in the blooper reel.
Yeah, they got it out.
No, we can make fun of, the reason it's funny is because he's so damn sexy.
No, okay.
Picture.
No, you have to, no.
No, we're not including that.